The warm weather returns for the bank holiday weekend for our first visit to Essex. Welcome to Matchday 4. It'll be a strange atmosphere in the home dressing room today as today's visitors Haringey Borough won 2-0 against Bowers and Pitsea in the FA Cup last weekend. Fierce rivalry, and without their manager today, Bowers and Pitsea want to keep their good form going. And both teams make their way onto the pitch in Essex for their second match-up inside 7 days for Bowers and Pitsea and Haringey Borough. Fascinating game as well it's going to be. Bowers and Pitsea will be looking to put that game last week in the FA Cup behind them. Great league form, 2 wins out of their first 2. And for Haringey Borough, they look to come here and get one over on their rivals once again. And it's a very good afternoon to Mick Sullivan.
Good afternoon, Ben. What a lovely afternoon. And I expect Bowers and Pitsea to have a lot of motivation in that dressing room after what happened to them last week.
And very good afternoon to Peter Augustine as well. He's joined us in the commentary box for a really nice summer feeling bank holiday weekend.
Yeah, good afternoon, Ben. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm really looking forward to this game.
12 minutes gone in this game in the Bostik North. Still 0-0. No real chances for either side. Most of the game has been battle of attrition in that midfield. Chance possibly for the home side to come away again, and away they come with Thomas, who looks to beat his man and this time comes off the better. Throw to the home side that's going to go long into the box in many of these this season. It's flicked on, opportunity here, maybe the first opportunity of the game, and in the end the referee will blow for the free kick. But the first real opportunity of the game coming from a long throw from the home side. Eventually it will come out to Stephen on this near side. Again back to Salmon just inside the Haringey Borough half. What can he do? Neat little ball into the feet of Stokes. The first time that either side has had a continued period of possession. Eventually it will fall to Manor on the edge of the box. This might be an opportunity now. Sartain, edge of the 18-yard box. Can he get the ball in? Has to check back. Looking for support. He'll find that in the form of Stephen. Back to Sartain. This is definitely an opportunity to get it in. Goes all the way across the 18-yard box and finds the feet of Lié. And there we go. Mick there's talking about switching the play. It's eventually into the 18-yard box. Opportunity now. Ball bounced in front of Manor. And that was a real chance. It was really patient play from Bowers and Pitsea. They worked it from one side to the other, eventually getting the cross in. And I don't think Lewis Manor expected that ball to bounce in front of him. And it goes away only as far as Stephen, who plays it inside. Neat little ball that finds Sartain. He spreads it all the way to the far side. And again, Bowers and Pitsea being very patient with their play and eventually going to get the opportunity to cross it in. It's checked back inside. Might be a chance to get the ball across the 6-yard box. And Lié tries to do just that. Again, the ball is played in. It's well cleared. And really at the moment, it's just that final ball for the home side that's proving to be elusive. But only as far as Ben Sartain looks for a little 1-2. Sartain, he's going to get the ball back. That's an exceptional pass. And Sartain has the first real opportunity of the game. Some really patient play by Bowers and Pitsea. Lovely movement. And it was a ball in the end by Sartain. A 1-2. Sartain got the ball back in the 18-yard box. And it was a tame effort straight at the keeper, but it was the first real chance of the game.
It looks really good. They're really moving the ball well. They've actually settled down now after that first sort of like 5 or 10 minutes when the ball was up in the air quite a bit, but they've definitely settled the better of the two sides, Bowers.
Chance now though for Haringey Borough. It's pulled back to the edge of the 18-yard box. It'll be the first shot of real intent that they've had on goal, and it came from Ralston Gabriel. Had a bit of room on the edge of the 18-yard box there. Just caught Bowers and Pitsea asleep for a moment. And eventually again a long ball high towards Thomas. Can't reach it this time, and Haringey Borough might have an opportunity to come forward with Olufemi, the captain. Lovely cross from Olufemi. Just evades everybody in yellow in the middle. It's a really decent effort of a cross. And Gabriel will keep the ball on the far side. This is an opportunity for Haringey Borough. First real opportunity of the game maybe. Inside the 18-yard box. It's going to fall all the way on the floor. It's going to be the first goal of the game. And against the run of play, Haringey Borough take the lead. It was a really well-worked move. The best move of the game for the visitors. And it was O'Donoghue in the end that crept in the 18-yard box from left back and a low driving shot. Great finish, and it's 1-0 to Haringey Borough.
So typical, isn't it? One team has majority of possession, playing good football, and one where they got a lot of bods in the box for any rebounds and stuff from Haringey's perspective, and to be fair, he buried it.
Well, again, first time that they've got the ball down and played, Haringey, and that's the result of it. It started with that great cross from the captain, Olufemi. Great cross, and Bowers and Pitsea never recovered from that.
Yeah, they're not really playing through Lewis Mantor's feet, so are they just relying on his heading ability? Or the best option, I think, for Bowers at the minute is to do some late runs from deep midfield, from people like Stokes particular.
And here's Manor. What can he do? Manor twists and turns. Little Cruyff turn into the box. Great cross. This could be an equaliser. Eventually, it's going to fall to Stokes, and he really should have done better. It was a lovely turn from probably the player of the match so far, Lewis Manor. Little Cruyff turn on the edge of the 18-yard box. Good cross. And I think it took Stokes by surprise. It fell to him, and he couldn't get any real direction on it. And he just put it wide. But real opportunity again for the home side. No, looking to play it short, and it goes short to Lauren Luke. Lauren Luke takes it down. Nice twist and turn. Will win another throw. And if only they did have somebody to get this ball into the 18-yard box, it's the perfect position for it. In fact, they do, because it does go towards that 18-yard box, and it's flicked on. This is another opportunity. Great chance to take it down. Can they get it down, get a shot off? It's at the feet of Benjamin at the moment. Benjamin looks to shoot, couldn't quite get it off. It's all the way to the far post. It's going to be another goal. Is it? Great save from the keeper. And it's going to fall to a man in yellow again to try and get it into the 18-yard box. Will they get the ball back into the box? Still with possession. Again, eventually, Bowers and Pitsea will clear. And it was Christopher Benjamin who just couldn't quite get that ball down. In the end, it went out wide. The cross came in.
Michael O'Donoghue was on the far post. It should have been 2-0. Totally unmarked. I don't know where Bowers' right back was.
And here's Haringey Borough coming forward again. What can they make of this? Might take a shot, and it's a decent effort in the end. And it was a long way out, maybe 25, 30 yards out. 18 minutes gone in this second half. Plenty of time still for the home side to get themselves back in the game, and it's over towards Manor now. He's got plenty of time to get this ball down, and Manor looks to get it down and flicks it inside. Is this an opportunity? Just couldn't get the shot off. Manor tries to get the shot off. Eventually it's going to fall back to Stokes.
But, you know, I've just been watching Bowers midfield. Two of them were just standing just inside the halfway line. There was no desire to get up there and get more bodies in there to score a goal. They were just quite happy to watch what was happening in front of them.
Did think there was a little bit of movement on the home bench, but perhaps they've decided to wait for that change. How long? We'll have to wait and see. And again, it's a nice little ball in for Haringey Borough. The edge of the 18-yard box. Going to be a shot. It's just over the bar, and it was the substitute. Edge of the 18-yard box, 25 yards out, left foot. It's going to be a corner to the home side. In it goes, dangerous, but it's well collected by Pagetet.
Yeah, goalkeeper read it well there after his early sort of flapping. Well done.
Good defending all round from the away team there, and they're going to play the ball dangerously up towards Adam Ilyu, who looks to take on his man. He's got a little bit of pace as well into the 18-yard box. Really good play, and eventually will win the corner for his team. And referee waves play on, and Salmon manages to get it to Manor. Manor's got loads of room here, should be able to deliver a good cross. Only one in the box though. Manor comes to the edge of the box. It's a chance for a shot. It's a great shot in the end. It's deflected away, and that was a really good passage of play from the home team. Manor didn't have a lot on in the box. He played it to the edge of the 18-yard box, and it fell to Sarte, and it was a really good hit, and it flicked off a Haringey player and wide of that post. We had a good view from that from here as well, Mick.
Yeah, that might have crept in, or at least hit the post had that guy not headed it.
Apart from that one opportunity from Ben Sartain that went just wide and was deflected, they've not really had too many opportunities. It's with Cockman now on the edge of the box. Can he take it down? He does take it down, but it's good defending in the end. Cockman gets it back. And the momentum seemed to have gone. It's put back into the 18-yard box. It's going to go towards Manor. Manor flicks it in. Ooh. And it's just gone wide.
Got to be across the goal at least. Oh. At least across the goal. It was a cracking cross in there. At least, to be fair, Lewis Manor got in the back post. But maybe he should at least work the keeper, or at least get the ball across back to the goal.
Lovely ball into the substitute. What can he do? And takes it onto his right foot, and you wouldn't bank against him scoring. He's been really lively since he's come on. And in the end, it was a block from Lewis Clark that stopped that being a shot on goal. And again, Haringey Borough prepared to chase, and Gabriel's been really impressive in the second half, and he might get an opportunity now. It's a mistake by the keeper, could be 2-0. It's going to fall to the substitute. Can he put it in? Lovely little touch onto his left foot, does put it in, and it's 2-0. And it was always going to be Michael Adam Iliuai. Came on as a substitute. He's been really impressive in this second half. It was a mistake by Callum Chafer in the Bowers and Pitsea goal, and he got himself into all sorts of trouble, but a lovely piece of control and a deft touch from the substitute Adam Iliuai, and he managed to get it in on his left foot.
Well, to tell you what, we spoke about, and didn't we, earlier on, about Gabriel and his willingness to run and chase things down, and that was from that back pass, he's read that and gone and chased the keeper in, and he was in trouble. So, you know, fair play to him for actually working hard and then having the wherewithal to find his teammate, who kept calm and because he still had plenty to do when the ball came back to him, you know, because the ball back to him wasn't brilliant, but he's done well.
And the visitors now find themselves 2-0 up with only 5 minutes left to play, and they've made their final substitute of the afternoon as well. And I think it was the player who's going to be in contention for man of the match, Gabriel, who makes his way off. Can Bowers and Pitsea get themselves back into this game? It's a long ball over the top, the looped header, and it looks like it's going to fall to substitute Gavin Cockman, and it's going to be a goal. And almost out of nowhere, it's going to be a goal for the home team to really make this interesting in the last 5 minutes. It was a long, hopeful ball forward. And perhaps Mick just switching off from Haringey Borough there.
Yeah, they did switch off, isn't it, the way when they've just scored that they concede straight away. But little flick on, and to be fair, Cockman was in the back post, looping header over the goalkeeper, good goal. This could be interesting, Ben.
Bowers and Pitsea 1, Haringey Borough 2. Can Bowers and Pitsea get themselves back into this game? It's Salmon with a ball over the top towards the goal scorer Cockman, who's into the 18-yard box. Can they get another goal? Cockman takes it onto his right foot, looks to have a little bit of confidence there, Cockman. It was a good effort. It's going to fall out to Thomas, who's been in form for most of the game. Thomas into the 18-yard box. Will it fall to Manor? It won't, but it'll go all the way through to the substitute on his debut, and that's definitely one to forget, and one that he hopes isn't going to be in the highlights video. Don't look like they're getting forward with much urgency either, Bowers and Pitsea. Up it goes, well headed away. It's going to fall to Cockman, who's going to have a shot, and the keeper's going to need to tip it over the bar. It was a wonderful effort. Really took the keeper by surprise. Took everybody by surprise in the end. And it was the substitute, the goal scorer, Cockman, who took the ball down and hit it on the volley. And the keeper, Pajate, had to tip it over the bar. That would have been a wonderful goal to end the game.
That was a great strike.
Salmon with a corner, everybody forward apart from defender and keeper. Bowers and Pitsea looking for this equaliser, comes into the box, going to fall to the edge of the area. It's maybe going to be a chance for a shot. It is going to be a shot. In the end, it's a brilliant shot. It's going to go over the bar, and it was
give him a corner.
Ben Sartain. It must have took a deflection. Another good long-range effort on his left foot, and referee has another look at the watch, and maybe one last opportunity for Bowers and Pitsea to get it in. The keeper's coming again. He looks confident. He claims the ball again, and the referee is going to blow the final whistle here. And hands on heads for those in red and white. It's been a really entertaining game this afternoon. Bowers and Pitsea had much the better of the first half, but it was the away team, Haringey Borough, in yellow and blue this afternoon, that dug deep, got their tactics right, and Michael Adam Iliuai came on, and he had a real impact on this game. Eventually, not quite the same margin as last week, but the final score here is Bowers and Pitsea 1, Haringey Borough 2. So Tom, 2 victories here in 7 days. You must be absolutely delighted.
Absolutely delighted. I couldn't have wished for a better 2 performances by my players.
Yeah, and some fascinating football this afternoon, and you had to be patient. Bowers and Pitsea have a certain way of playing, and you were patient and you took your opportunities. That's
right. It's always a hard place to come to. Bowers are renowned for their play. They keep the ball on the floor, and they keep the ball very well. But with us, we know all about it, and we just dropped off a little bit, allowed them to play in front of us. They never really had any pace to get in behind us, other than a long ball into Lewis Manor, and I felt we coped with it very well. The last 10 minutes when they bombarded us and put us under pressure, my goalkeeper came in at everything up. This time last year, maybe we would have lost this fixture 3-2 in the end.
And we gave special praise to Michael, who came on in the second half, who made a real difference to you, and he got his goal, and deservedly so.
Yeah, we put him on contract 2 weeks ago. He came to us 3 months ago, and he was like a speedboat with no driver, if you like. But we've done a lot of work with him. He's responded in the last 3 months, and now his end product is second to none. And a very exciting player to have in the squad and to be able to bring on at certain stages of the game.
It's been a really good week for you. What can you achieve this season?
We've got to keep grounded. It's a tough division. I can't tell you how tough it is this season. It's probably as hard as the Premier. The first 4 teams, obviously, in the Premier are good sides. And then it's the same with us. We've got to stay in the top 5 this season, make the playoffs minimum, and hopefully push for promotion.
Yeah, Mark, a really frustrating afternoon for you in the end after a really good first half performance.
Funny enough, we thought the second half we played better than the first, to be honest with you. Felt we really dominated the second half. It's hard for us because we just come off the emotion of the game, so you kind of try to get your thoughts clear. I think today is kind of one of those games where maybe the players won't get it, but when they watch it back, they'll realise the importance of the little details in football. You know, it's very easy to focus on all the big things sometimes, and actually teams that win things are the teams that mainly get all the little things right. Just the most simplest things and the most basics, and they do them well over and over again. And we got punished today for 2 probably errors. We gave the ball away in both goals, and then never really dealt with it after that. And like I say, I don't know. It'd be interesting to know what you guys thought watching on the sidelines. But we felt like we dominated possession. We had the ball a lot. We created a lot of half chances without forcing the keeper to make too many saves. And thought we probably should have got something out of the game. But listen, you know, Leicester won the Premier League sitting deep and playing on the counter-attack and being very effective at it. And in fairness to them, that's probably what they did today.
You mentioned the half chances, and that's certainly something that we felt during the game. A lot of possession, a lot of good play, but maybe making that clear-cut chance was perhaps missing from the performance today.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was players where, you know, maybe the anticipation wasn't quite there around the box. You know, if you're going to be, you know, for strikers, it's all about anticipation, being aware of the space. Great gut, you know, a lot of them play off instinct. You know, I always remember reading an article by Gary Lineker, and he said he just used to attack the space in the box. Didn't even worry about where the ball was going. He just attacked the space on the basis that ultimately, you know, a reasonable percentage of time he'd find the ball at his feet, no one around him, and he'd have a tap in. And obviously it worked pretty well for him. And you know, maybe we didn't quite have that today. You know, as I say, it was. It's difficult without watching the game back, but the instincts were for us that we should have got something out of the game, but we haven't. And as we just said to players, the best thing about playing 2 games in 3 days is that you get to go again really quickly and put it right. But it's frustrating to have played a team 2 weeks running. We didn't have the team we wanted last week. You know, several players missing. Today we did, and they've still, you know, fair play to Haringey Borough. They've gone away with the 3 points, so you have to take that on the chin.
And when I'll bring you in, it's still very early in the season. We're on Matchday 4. That sharpness that we were talking about in and around the box, is that perhaps something that will come in time over a long season?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there's any need to sort of panic on the striker front as yet. I think that will come. Mark works quite tirelessly with the forwards on training sessions. You create your own luck to a certain extent in football, don't you? And a few half chances. I mean, towards the end, we was chucking the ball in the box. The keeper come and grabbed everything. So fair play to the keeper. Other days, them chances would take them, Mark, couldn't they? Unfortunately, today we didn't. As Mark says, the percentage of the game we did dominate, but it's all about sticking the ball at the back of the onion sack, isn't it? If you don't stick it in the net, you don't win points and win games. So, I mean, it's a lesson to be learnt for us here, but yeah, we're disappointed tonight that we didn't get anything out of the game, if I'm honest with you.
Haringey Borough make it 4 wins in 4 with a 2-0 win over Tunbridge Angels and remain comfortably at the top of the table. 20th placed Enfield put 4 past 21st place Tooting and Mitcham to put 5 points on the board and to climb the table. It was 4 for Leatherhead against Kingstonian, with Sean Colossi getting 3 assists. Newly promoted Brightlingsea Region got their first Premier Division win, defeating Hendon 2-1. And league favourites Billericay showed their flair with a 6-1 victory over Burgess Hill Town. 5 goals in the second half saw James Richmond's equaliser become consolation. The arena saw a 7-goal thriller in which Brentwood Town won 5-2 against Norwich United. Norwich United remain bottom with 0 points. Mildenhall, however, got off the mark, putting their first 3 points on the board after a 1-0 win over Ware. And Heybridge Hifs, AFC Hornchurch and Dereham Town all make it 3 out of 3 with wins against Barking, Bury Town and AFC Sudbury. VCD Athletic got off the mark with an emphatic 5-2 victory away at Ashford United to keep the home side on 0 points. Shoreham were also unsuccessful in bagging points, and their 4-1 defeat to Carshalton Athletic gives them a -10 goal difference to move them to 24th. Thamesmead were 4 goals to the good by half-time, going on to win 5-0 against Horsham. It was also 5 for Corinthian Casuals, who left East Grinstead Town with 3 points and a clean sheet. Vic, it's been a really entertaining game here on Bank Holiday Saturday afternoon in August. Bowers and Pitsea will be really disappointed they didn't come away with anything.
Yeah, I think they're probably a little bit hard done by. They threw the kitchen sink at it for the last 10-15 minutes. Never quite went their way. But, you know, all hats off to Haringey. They didn't really sort of overly play brilliantly, but it was enough to win them the game today.
And we saw a really exciting substitution, and you were calling for it all game. Someone with a bit of pace and trickery. You were actually calling it for the home team, but we saw it in the end for Haringey Borough, and they brought Michael on in that last half hour, and he made a real difference.
Yeah, he did, but it was a shame you couldn't have got James, our main man, James Thomas, out on the right-hand flank, because there was plenty of space to get down there. It was a real shame he had to go and slot in at left back, because he was a real threat. He had a fantastic game today. His energy was really good. But I enjoyed the football played by Bowers and Pitsea today. It was fantastic, nice to watch. That's not taking anything away from Haringey, because they contributed to a good game. Just 2 different styles of play, and thoroughly enjoyable afternoon.
Both managers mentioned it on Monday. They've got another game to go again, and we're off to Hastings to see the derby between Hastings and Lewis, and that should be a tasty one.
Most definitely. Both teams want to be up in that sort of top 2 or 3 positions. The surface and ground at Hastings fantastic and conducive for a football game. Hopefully we'll see 2 footballing games there, you know, both wanting to play the ball. It'd be such a shame if one wants to go long very quickly.
It's been a great afternoon here. It's Haringey Borough that come out winners after their FA Cup victory last Saturday, and for Bowers and Pitsea onto a local derby against Canvey Island on Monday.